boy, Shayo. It is the final game here of day one of the EU Grand Finals. And man, let's go, baby. I'm ready. I'm excited. I am amped to see how this book ends, or at least the halftime of it, because we do still have day two. And of course, later in the broadcast, we have the NA East day one ready to roll. So, Shayo, what we got here, baby?
I mean, it's game 6. We're looking at the drop down once again. I'm talking about the zone right now. Kind of central, but this time going towards the southern side. I was about to talk about this situation right now. Anas might be staying at home for a long time. Just because the zone could pull somewhere down here. You won't have that much of a trek to move towards like last time all the way to Frenzy. That might be very good for him. At the same time, might limit him on how many eliminations he can get in the mid-game as he won't stretch. Eliminations are one thing though, Sancho. Placement, a big other one. Janice kind of using that type of situation to get up top on the leaderboard. It's so important for endgame.
Absolutely, very important in game. And you know, we kind of talked about this at the end of the day. This still is a battle royale, and no matter what kind of battle royales you play, having zone early, you kind of mentioned it, you kind of hinted to it, could be a problem for you. I mean, you don't have the opportunity to stretch out your loop path so much because someone is going to be in it now. Someone may cross it. As we're on board here with CRR and Tiago. Actually, Tiago getting some big name eliminations today in day one. Let's see if Tiago could add CRR to that elimination feed. But CRR is setting up this ambush. He's going to wait for that prime opportunity to kind of get those big time shots. And look at that, quiet as a field mouse hanging up top. Tiago, almost. Now Tiago's in trouble as the mouse strikes and gets that big piece of cheese. And Tiago, not right now, not today. We'll see you in day two.
And Tiago now, you mentioned it, it's one of the last games for a lot of these players, and we'll see these potent strategies of patience basically played around the entire map. CRR obviously just doing it on a sole roof very early into the game. That being said, a lot of people are a little bit more aggressive when it comes to fights on this plain island. Frey Islands over to the left as well. Anywhere really near Pleasant Park, people like to get up close and personal to utilize mechanics like this. These box fighting triangular peanut butter edits. Sometimes that shot does not land, but we've seen mobile player Putrick at the top of the leaderboard so far. He wants to keep moving up, and this is his last chance today to do so, Sancho.
Yeah, not bad run, 48 points. No doubt, just trying to have those good vibes going into day two. Sitting here running low on the ammunition now, but not running low on the damage. Does a big tap with 40, goes right in, and finishes Noah. And Noah has been having some success here, but now Putrick has to be careful here as Ensar, which we saw earlier in the cast.
And Ensar will be the one right now to once again try to infiltrate someone else's game plan, be the third party in someone else's rotation or game. They won't actually find that much success in the early shots of this fight. Putrick finally gets the tactical shotgun as well into his inventory. He just had a mere green pump before. He wanted to control the loot that was dropped from his earlier elimination. Although in doing so, Ensar shielded all the way up. Now, while that fight goes on one side of the water, we'll see Anas actually taken out by Frenzy this game. So the winner from last game will now not have a chance to really further his spot overall in the leaderboard. No placements divvied out, no elimination points. Anas is now frozen in time while everyone else starts to move forward.
And Frey, the owner of Frey Islands, hearing a ruckus. I think he got tagged a lot by Putrick, so he's going to have to chill there in that airplane crash site. And now Putrick right now, with no shields, uses his last opportunity to heal up right there. So now it's a matter of just getting the shots down. Low on ammo as well. As looking in the feed, CRR does get down by Vidal. So no matter what, even though this is almost like the tensions are high, big-time eliminations are happening in this game. And now Frey, Putrick, and Ensar are having a little standoff here waiting to see who makes the first move.
That's kind of the landlord of that entire area. Frey comes by asking what the heck is going on. Meanwhile, somewhere, the grotto, we don't see too much action from, and Solo's really at the drop spot. People just like to disengage. It'll be Noka moving in, has Brutus's minigun, has the vault key card as well. No one's opened it, and there's no one really camping beside it right now. This was a quick kind of extraction. He will be the one, though, to have the opportunity to go back in. And it's Thomas once again taken out by someone he can't see. And now Noka really puts on the flames. He's looking to get this next elimination quick. A launch pad put down inside the grotto to move in space. I mean, interesting kind of development for Noword. I wouldn't blame him though, Sancho. He's been eliminated now 2 or 3 times with launches in his inventory, with a lot of materials, with the best guns. Never had a say. I guess you have to use them now in the early game.
You gotta use them, man. If you don't use them, it was a waste right there. But Maestro is not having a waste of a day right now, doing really solid out here in Frenzy Farms. And now we have a classic box fight situation. Nice little stair flip right there. He's getting a little bit closer into it. And have an opportunity to kind of just pick his way right through. Not overly committing right now, letting the weapons do the talking for a bit. It's a nice little reach into it. We see a lot of different box fighting play styles play out. Some people like to get right up there with the pickaxe, but you have to be careful to get edited on. So Maestro is taking his time, using the harpoon. We've been, you know, that's a weapon that's been kind of like the underdog use here. It's been a big time player in a lot of play styles. As Maestro gets out of alpha, train hard goes down, but that's what I'm talking about. Like the harpoon there, it's been kind of like it's been being used a lot here in day 1 here of the grand finals, making a big time showing.
It makes passive players kind of get on that active side of their fights because they're just kind of trying to see exactly where the openings are in your gameplay.
Right.
When you're using a harpoon, the recharge time on either switching items or waiting for that spike to come back to your weapon, it gives that player an opening. If they're playing defensively and it's working and you switch them on the offensive, like we just saw right there from Maestro, you can get into a 50-50 position. If it's what you wanted and you planned for it, you end up winning. Right now, though, Putrick still held all the way back inside zone, boats all the way around, actually breaking off his base, getting up close and personal. He's going to look to hopefully end this fight. Has a medkit to prolong things, but he might not have to use it if he gets that tag, and he does. It's Kaiser actually going down.
Oh my goodness, Kaiser showed up with the boat. He was boating his way right into that fight, using it like a tip of the spear there to get Putrick kind of frazzled, but it didn't matter. Putrick was able to turn the tide right there quite easily and capsize Kaiser's run here for the rest of the day. I'll see you in day 2 here aboard with Genji's Moki. 9 points. It was still, regardless, I have to say this. The gamer dad in me is going to come on out. Everybody's doing well here. You're one of the best players in the world in your region. No matter what happens here today and tomorrow, you got to hold your head high and know that you had a great ride. But Moki is going to try to continue that ride today. Getting up a little bit closer here, 9 points. Some nice pressure on these fresh wood builds. Now we have a little build fight. She has great materials, great resources if this fight takes a little bit longer. As the storm has about 2 minutes, and there's no one in sight here, Shio, to third-party this.
And both Moki and Shade have a big chance. This elimination here, even this game, could mean so much to them with the next 6 that are going to be playing tomorrow. If they just have a slight pedestal to boost themselves off of, if it's just slightly higher than their overall points, it'll be so good. A ramp actually blocking Moki from following through at the same speed that Shade kind of escaped, and now she'll have to look through these trees to see exactly where he went to, chasing him down. A higher elevation, the launch pad will move actually further and faster. And although slightly delayed, she stops right between 3 trees, gets tagged slightly, but now the fights break out. It's kind of even on elevation. The edits and damage are there too. Let's see who wins this one out.
Mookie showing why she's one of the best players in the world and has Shade on the low health right now. Mookie on the official broadcast showing what she does best. The big flick of the wrist right there and gets a nice hit with the pump. And Mookie ride continues on. And you can see, you can kind of feel that ease of release right there. The way she's jumping around, feeling good about it, making sure no one gets some tags on her. Now we're on board here with Mongrel, who's been kind of walking around here in Salty Springs. He's going to need some pop-up games here very soon in order to compete for those placings. And that's a big-time pop of 126. And then Dale goes right out of the server.
Vidil's guns apparently not working. Them themselves are also scared of the potential that Mongrel has in these box fights. He gets the easiest pickup I've seen coming in. I think he was reloading, moving into that box. But yeah, Mongrel, Mitro, Moki, it's all about the M's right now. We're following them through. It'll be Mitro hunting down Trulex at the moment off of a disengage. This will get Trulex very upset. Might see a hold over here, but one thing that can break the hold, one item in the game that only one person can hold, it'll be that grappler, it'll be Sky's loot, and Mitro has it. He's looking for his next opportunity to both reposition and deal down damage. It's the second zone, 67 people alive, the last game of Europe. This is everyone's last chance to get any type of points onto this leaderboard.
Absolutely, and this is not the person you want to see with Sky's loadout. He's going to have a nice opportunity to do what Aqua did earlier in the broadcast. And I think that, we got to keep tabs on Moki. Moki has a lot of floppers as well. You kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, not a lot of strong flop plays making, but I'm expecting Moki to kind of utilize that. And here we go. The old school classic Bush play here, Shayo.
Yeah, this is not a Chapter 2 Bush either. This is a complete Chapter 1 strat, and Mitro just always knows naturally where the player will try to escape to. People always say it's a 50-50 where you're going to put that ramp, but if you're just experienced in fighting, you know the position of where the zone's going to go, you'll know the best place to kind of stop players in their tracks when they try to retake the high ground on you. Mitro, with a very good decision, now can just catch up to the zone. The grappler lets you play around with time so well when you're moving around the edges of the circle. And now, with just a few more people going down, we might see a little bit of Storm Surge get into play as half and half continues to grow ever closer. Mitro, though, will be looking very good moving into that state of the game.
Yeah, and every one of these players has the ability. They have it in them. They have that one full send pop-off game. And we know Mitro has been getting eliminated early, but that's just one of the gambles you have if you keep landing at a power positioning spot like the Shark. And Clement, one of the only people to come from week 1 here, got rebooted right back into this match, has been having some great runs here, but Janice is the star right now, taking the lead in the #1 spot here, day 1 of the grand finals here, Shayo. But is, taking the lead, a lot of people are, there's that debate. Is it an elimination-based tournament? Is it placement? It's that combination, man. If you could marry the two together, you're going to succeed and go a very long way and cash out at the end of the day.
And now we'll see the perspective of exactly how Janice plays in these games, what the difference is that we've been seeing from every other player who were in these earlier box fights. He has 0 eliminations thus far. He's surrounded by players on all fronts, a mountain on one of these sides as well. Not even building at the moment, forcing Kinzel to be the one to make the boxes out first. He's slightly highly more elevated than everyone else behind him, making it so that he's kind of the king of this rotation. That being said, it's a mountain people are already based on. The fact that it just appeared might just give Janice a little bit of a window to get past these players as they just fortify their bases. And he does just that. A nice position, a single metal box on the side of this entire middle mountain. And now he gets to just dictate where to move next.
And we're seeing the tension right now. It's brewing. It's like a storm forming. The calm before the storm on this side of everyone's kind of just parking their way into the circle. We're seeing a lot of people not trying to take too many fights. No doubt Storm Surge will be a factor here because we're on board here with Blackie. Blackie with 33 points. Not of a great kit in terms of power weapons here, in terms of damage output, but doing very strong. And look at the ability of just kind of farming and chilling out. And he almost opened, and now he just starts his opening engagement right now. And a lot of people are focusing in his glory. Gets sent out into day 2, and Blackie here now is going to have to play some defense and hold on tight. You hold as everything else is collapsing. Blackie's dreams is collapsing right here to survive here into day 1, but that's what happens when you take these kind of fights, when people are parked up into high elevation places here, Shayo.
I mean, right now, you talked about the tension, no one's shooting. If you start a fight, you're going to get the attention of the entire server right onto your box, right onto your kind of party you're having. But Blackie has the position, he has the base to just move kind of back. Still takes a few damages onto those shields, but I think it's good overall. He'll be able to just heal right back up. Martine taking out Frenzy, so the Anas Eliminator now also taken out. That story finally concluded from the edge of the map. Still only 3 people so far, Sancho, in this zone closing have been eliminated. Although a lot of people have taken damage, everyone is holding on for their last say in day 1.
That's all you gotta do, man. Sometimes you gotta survive and endure and do what you can just to get any kind of placement points. I mean, the big factor could be, 1 point, man, could be thousands of dollars. 1 point could be getting into that top 10. So that's why you're seeing these normally confident, aggressive players just minding and waiting for those being that right opportunity. And Loki gets one right here. big time hit on left eye, and that's unfortunately the end of the run for left eye. 2 times getting picked out in these early circles.
Yeah, Losic just getting that pick off. Maybe left eye needs to keep both open. Yasin and Chapik's now just caught in the fray of a lot of people. It's so noisy on this side of the server. Noka looking for shots all the way up to Moraine. The Swedish winner, or the Sweden winner, might just get taken out immediately. DreamHack, and now he's down to the box where Blackie was as well, moving in towards the zone. We know how hyper-aggressive people are on this side of the circle. Everyone just looking for a chance at eliminations, but right now Blackie just surviving with a sliver of HP, finally taken out. Looked kind of troublesome for Noka overall over there, but now he's on the way to his next moment in the game. It might get stopped, though, by both Fasroki and Pink.
We're seeing a lot of mini congestion areas here. A lot of these catacombs, as monsters like to say, kind of getting congested as Milan, one of the early winners here, the broadcast of day 1. All of a sudden, the rocket launcher kind of slows down that push for a second here. Now he's going to use as much information as possible here. Using this kind of peek, he's going to try to take this wall, see if he can get in. The defense is out there. Now, got the harpoon, and here it is. The underclass weapon here, where it's going to be an ice way to get inside more boxes and kind of scorpion his way into more. And there it is, that 180 hit. Altor, day 1 is done, as Milan's day 2 is going to come up, and I like the momentum for him, Milan. He's going to, I feel like it's someone that we haven't talked about. Someone no one really predicted would do well, but it is doing well, and that momentum is going to be strong for them in day 2.
Yeah, I mean, so many other players as well to take account of. Amplify, who's kind of had a lead on the entire lobby multiple times, game to game, just gets taken out by the 1-star individual who ends up winning out these games. Frey as well, the flopper specialist, although in some of these end games, maybe in the top 5 as well from time to time, can't clinch out these wins. And it's not like he's playing Janice's playstyle. He's looking for pop-offs, not really consistency overall too much, even though he's getting there. 46 points, we know that's somewhere close to that top 50 slot towards 30th place. This game could push him ahead of everyone for a confidence boost that could mean so much. But you have to remember, this is the last moment that he has to have a say in at least half of his games. And he's halfway towards half and half zone as well. Will have to make the plunge, the dive to get there. No launch pad available, surrounded by really no one either. It'll be very visual when he makes this rotation. A lot of people will see him. That could be bad, but if he times it right, he might just be able to sneak in. He goes slightly earlier. Not many people in front of him stopping him. On the back, though, a few people see him move. That could make them move as well. Now getting caught by a few opponents, but no one's shooting just yet. It's a free rotation almost. A close tack might be a crazy man trying to break into his box. Frey, though, can just stop it. A 360 pump shotgun with an AR afterwards. Not sure if it was on purpose, but this is one of the issues of moving earlier. Grappler now available for Frey. We'll see if he can keep moving forward.
Oh, that was Mitro. Mitro had the grappler, and he was making his way. That was the crazy man that was in the box. Now Janice is here in the cone looking for some beam opportunities. See if he can catch someone with their back exposed. And now he's looking for the way to rotate. The circle itself, Shio, went into the congested area. So there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be kind of up for grabs here as they're going to make their way. It's a little bit up in the mountains. Some people could walk. I'm seeing a lot of people making their way on the left side. There's only one person that's way out on the north side of the storm that's in shambles, as they say. It's going to be a very dangerous rotation from them. But as you can see, now a lot of people are just looking for those edits and trying to get these sliver of hopes to try to get some tags here. That's just 39 people left in the lobby. And Jadis gets some big tags on his Wade partner. And Frey is adios.
And from Mitro all the way to Janice, this grappler just gets handed up the leaderboard. And now, the big question is, will Janice change the way he kind of plays? Usually, just waiting out in the shadows a lot of the time with the loadout that he has. This time, no floppers really available in his inventory. He won't have too many shields to operate off of. He has 6 minis and a big, but they might get taken out really fast. He has an aggressive loadout. He has an overtaking type of loadout, but it's not the play style he usually plays. So, a switch up now from him in Game 6.
And a big factor as well, doesn't have a strong shotgun. The green tack shotgun can do damage, of course, if you get that max hit with the headshot. So I think Giannis is going to have to do his best to stay away from the low ground.
And he's here now. He's safe, but the lobby knows exactly where this grappler is. So it might prove kind of dangerous for him to use it that early. At the same time, though, many other people, for his dual partner, Flick is here at the backside on Savage, actually dealing down some damage. And now Savage will have to use the flopper as we move in and see the entire server from a mid-ground perspective. Sebby all the way near the back. Stair tarps coming out left and right. Launch pads being used. Sebby, though, will be in control on position on the entire European server. Knocked down a few flights. He'll just have one elimination. Look back for more. Does not currently have height.
Scully still up in it, still lighting up the feed. Sebby just getting in from the week 2. Doing really well here with 28 points. It's good to have it. Rocking the Travis Scott outfit. Looking for an astronomical gain here right now. As Sebby's doing his best with a nice tarp out right now. Barely in. Now he's going to edit down the floor and look some more tags. Has to be careful because that was a fresh brick wall. And that gave someone the green light to take some tags. And Savage does get an elim in the feed.
Savage survives, now has shield to play with. Tayssir, though, alive as well. We know how disastrous it is when you just come up against his box next to that zone. Sebby, though, has the tools of destruction for endgame, has the position on his old tarp to take edits, and he does. It's Mongrel with no materials, lost all the way in the forest with no help, no guidance, taken out by Sebby. He'll get to heal up all the way back to 150 effective HP. Look for his next target. He is controlling this entire mid-ground layer, but the build, Sancho, they're so high. Noga and Scully all the way up top as Queasy makes new height possibly. This has to resolve, though. Who will hold height here in 7th zone? It's Scully.
Yeah, here it is. Flick right now, raining down terror. This is another mythical weapon in play still. Wolfies picks up one on Airwalks. This thing's getting tight. Really difficult and tight and claustrophobic here for our competitors as Flick tarps out just a little bit to gain some, get ahead of the storm just a hair. Milan gets an elim, Verox gets an elim, Queasy goes down, one of the victory royales, and now Flex is just looking for someone who's trying to breathe inside the storm, and Cammy goes down here, Shayo. It is really close to that top 10, baby.
And no one knows that Flick has that Tommy gun just yet. There it goes right in. The drum gun going straight into the box of Diablo. He gets taken out. Savage, though, still active, taking out Verox in that feed. A top 10 situation, and it's way up high in the sky as well. Multiple people need to waterfall down. This is not even ultimate height. Flick, though, treating it like it's an early game off-spawn contestation, 50-50ing into boxes of some of the greatest players. Wolfies getting taken down, and Flick rides the huge wave of momentum as Scully gets pushed down by Janice, who grabs all the way to the top. Sebby on low, top 6. Scully taken out. Sebby taking out Savage on low ground. It's going over old builds here, Sancho. Everyone knows what they need to do. Janice needs to hold height. Sebby needs to make sure low ground is clear. Hen goes down. Now 4 people just left. Janice looks to hold his lead on Europe in day 1.
Yeah, that's right, Janice. Waiting for that prime opportunity to get there with the grappler. Now is sitting at height. Does not have a lot of builds here, Shayo. So it's going to be the Giannis to use some clever trickery with it. And he does get punished here as Flick continues on to the rest of this ride. It's a top 3 situation here in the final game of day 1, Shayo. Tayssir, Sebby, and Flick. Let's go.
Yep, and now it's going to be Flick right over top on Tayssir. Chooses maybe to get that grappler. He did. I think he might have left it behind in Storm. Either way, while they get busy, Sebby is free all the way on low ground. No floppers, I don't think, in his inventory. We saw them use them earlier, so it might not be possible for him to win that heal game all the way at the end. Flick, though, trying to get safe, but at the cost of a little bit of HP. Every single dot is so important. Every single tick of health, and he takes so much. He has to go for this elimination. It's not possible. E11 Tayssir HD on top right now, has that grappler once again and drops down, surprising Sebby from the back. Both of them an even HP overall. Sebby slightly lower. He's looking for a chance to survive. 1 flopper. Does he have 2? Can we see a little bit of heals? It'll be enough. Sebby, a climactic, tense finish. Don't have to see weapons trade at the end, but just the brains of every player navigating the zone. That's Europe. That's game 6. We have our victors of the region so far.
Sebby went sicko and got himself the victory royale. I called it. He needed the astronomical finish, and we got it here, ladies and gentlemen.